Hello, welcome to the QuadCast. Jeremy, thank you very much for having us here today at La Sierra Golf Club. We're overlooking the golf course. Beautiful day again on the Costa del Sol. Making a big difference to my life from being in England at this time of year, I have to say. Obviously, you're busy today. So we're here. You're actually setting up for a wedding, a function tomorrow.
Last wedding of the year tomorrow. One of, I think, about 12 this year we've done so far.
Yeah, is that a big part of the business here? Or
events, yes, in general. And we have quite a lot of footfall, golfers, obviously, people from local area. But I would say probably our main business is events, whether that's weddings, bautizos. Sorry, I'm speaking in Spanglish.
It's all right.
Christenings, communions, company events, just groups of people coming for dinner, lunch, and that kind of thing. Show nights, all different types of things. But I would say probably events is probably more than 50% of what we do.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. And is that, obviously, weddings, you said that's seasonal? You don't have many weddings then during the winter, or
it depends. Sometimes we do have a few winter weddings, but most of them tend to be in the spring, or we have a few in the summer. Not too many because of the temperature.
Yeah.
But in general, they tend to be spring, summer, or autumn, like now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I can understand it. It's a beautiful day. Hopefully they get the weather for
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
I had my wedding here this time last year, this week. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a nice time of year because it's not intensely hot. Weather's generally okay. It's a bit cooler. It's nicer.
You got huge places, enormous terrace. How many can you cater for?
If you were to sit inside and out, we can cater for up to 380 people.
Wow, big venue then.
We never have done, and probably don't want to either. But yeah, it's a big place. So yeah. For example, Christmas Day, for example, 210 people last year, all sitting inside. That was the capacity. On a really nice day, we could have half people sitting inside, half outside. So we've done some really busy days.
Okay. I suppose as well, being on the golf club carries on throughout the winter. Business just keeps
high
over.
Season's just started now.
Yeah.
So October through to June is high season. And then June to July, August, end of June to beginning of July, through July and August is quiet season.
Yeah, that's interesting because obviously a lot of our customers down here, they're sort of packing up now and that's it. They're sort of closing up for the winter or downgrading.
Yeah, no, we're the complete opposite. We actually, it's one of the only businesses that I've ever known of here where in hosteleria, so in restauranting, where the staff get to take holiday during the summertime. Because in most other places that would never happen.
Yeah. On
the coast, for example. But when you don't have any golfers here, people are on the beach, in the Chiringuitos, we're very quiet. But that's the normal thing. It's nothing of a surprise.
That's interesting. Tell us a little bit about your background, how you come to be here running this place.
Kind of almost by accident, actually. I came in here on holiday a few times back in the late 90s. I used to work for a marketing company previous to coming here, and then in the time when I went back to the UK for 10 years, I worked for the government, where I was a project manager.
Right.
And that kind of lends quite well to what I do here, because most of our events are kind of project-based. You know, you have a timeline, and so me learning to be a project manager when I was in the UK actually set me up quite well for here, because I kind of apply the same processes.
Principles, yeah.
It's just we're not building computer systems for the government, we're making weddings or a company event or something like that. So yeah, I have a background in marketing, graphic design, and then as I say, I came here briefly 2001. I left again 2007 when the economy went bad.
Yeah.
Went back to the UK, was going to be just temporarily, and then I ended up getting a job at the government until I was made redundant because I basically removed my own job by automating processes and things in different government departments, and basically I worked myself out of a job because they didn't need me anymore after that. So I came back to Spain, and I went back working with people that I'd worked with previously.
Okay.
They then, through one reason or another, wanted to leave this environment. I wanted to go back to the UK. They're both in their 60s, wanted to retire.
Right.
So I basically took over, and that's history, really.
And here we are.
2.5 years later.
Very good. So in your 2.5 years here, what would you say are the big challenges running a place in Spain, hospitality venue like this? 380 cars, that's a lot. What do you feel are the big challenges you've either had or are in front of you?
I think in the most recent time that I've been owning the business, the things that I see firsthand that I probably wouldn't have seen when I was just to work. I don't putting it slightly, you understand what I mean.
Yeah.
Is the increased costs against what you can get from it, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
Costs have gone up incredibly. You probably know that it happens all over the world. It's not just specific to Spain. Cost of food, for example,
Right.
cost of social security, cost of wages, cost of living, and having to pay staff more so they can afford to actually. Otherwise, there's no point
Get by. Yeah.
to get by. So I want to be a good employer, but at the same time that has a cost to it, which we have to try and manage in the background with regard to what we buy and the product that we give.
Yeah.
We're known for giving good quality food, good service, but it is difficult in this environment, and I think it won't get any better. But we're okay.
Okay.
But and also the place is enormous, so keeping it clean is one thing, and
Yeah.
that's a thing in itself. But no, we have a very good client base. We're very busy through certain periods of time, like our Sundays and things are very busy always. So that helps us when we have quieter days in between, because we're not busy 24 hours a day. It's there is the golf club itself has down days, quiet days.
Yeah.
Days when there are no members here and no one happens to book, and we don't see so many people. But we do have a good regular client base from outside of the golf that support us very well.
That's excellent. Do you think those? I think someone once described it as, I thought it's not particularly apt for this place, but the people who keep the snow off the roof in winter in England.
No, absolutely.
irregulars.
We have a very loyal following of customers. Whenever we have show nights, for example, it doesn't necessarily matter what kind of show it is. We often have the same faces. We treat them like family almost, because we know their names, we know them very well, they know us. It's very, very... if I was to go to a restaurant in town, if I didn't go regularly, they wouldn't know who you are. I'm not saying they treat you any differently, but
No.
A lot of our guests are our friends, as it were, because we see them every day, or not every day, but we see them 2 or 3 times a week.
That's a big part of it, then, is it? Loyalty and
Yes,
that.
and I think also these people support us very well, and they, when we put things on Facebook or social media, they comment. So other people that see our posts that aren't
Yeah.
part of our group, as it were, they pick up on it and say, "Oh, it's a nice place. We'll go and try there, shall we?" Because it seems to have a lot of good feedback.
It's so. You think is that a big part of it as well? You just mentioned they touched on social media, and you said that you worked in marketing as well. So that's
Yes.
that. So do you run the social media here, or
I used to. I
right.
don't have time to do it myself
Okay,
anymore, so
alright.
I have someone do it for me.
Okay.
I do have a lot of input into what goes into it.
Yeah.
But it's just something that it clearly is very important, because since I put somebody else in charge of doing it and they're posting 5-6 days a week, it has had an effect, noticeable effect.
Really?
Yes. Since we started doing that back in beginning of January, I think it was January or February this year, it could be that just by coincidence we happen to have a lot more customers than we've had the last year and the year before that. But it's been a noticeable difference. So I would most likely put that down to social marketing, because this isn't a place that you would just walk past.
No.
You'd need to know it was here.
Yeah.
And if you're not walking past, you would never know. So, and people, even to this day, we've been here operating as La Sierra for 5 years now, and still people don't know where it is. So I
Right.
think social media has helped a lot in that.
Have you noticed your following's gone up, or? Is
Oh,
it
yeah,
just
absolutely.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's not necessarily a lot of people, but we have over 3,000 followers now,
Yeah.
and that has increased by more than 1,000 in the last year or so. So
That's a big jump, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a very big jump, actually, as a percentage. That's huge. And is that obviously? You said that you were posting regularly, post almost daily, I guess.
yes, we
about
do.
Things.
It could be anything. It could be we're advertising afternoon tea, or we're advertising a show night, or we're advertising Sunday lunch, or barbecue in the summer, or something.
Yeah.
Anything. We just keep, I was like, poking away at people,
Yeah.
just to remind them that we're here.
Yeah. That's a very interesting thing, because we haven't in the podcast we've done, we haven't really ever got onto social media. I don't know why that has been, but it's just as the conversation hasn't come round to it. But you know, some of the places, when we did a place in the UK that's got, I think, 13,000 followers, and they said that was the only one we have touched on it. But I don't think I've spoken to anyone who's had as big an increase percentage-wise as you have in the last year. That's
we have. It's increased a lot.
Yeah, it's quite phenomenal, really.
Yeah.
That's quite phenomenal. And as you say, I suppose for you, it's you said that if you were in town and people are always walking past your place, the old thing that someone can put a board out and advertise on. You don't have that here, do you? There's no ability for you to put.
I mean, we have got a board out on the street,
Yeah.
but you'd only notice it if you walk past it.
Yeah.
But most people drive past here, so
There you go.
generally.
Yeah, so added importance to social media. That's really interesting. What's your relationship here with the golf club? How does that particularly work? Because you said the members come in. Do they? Obviously, you're the F&B outlet for the golf club.
Yes.
Yes. So, but unlike a lot of courses in the UK, a lot of your business also comes from outside. You said that before. That you
Yes, I'd say I'd probably say 70% of our business comes from outside the golf course.
Without people who just don't play golf, they come here
Yes.
for your events or
Yes.
whatever. Yeah, so that's quite different in itself to a golf club in the UK, where it'll be 95% of their business will come from the golf club.
Yeah, no, not here. No, I think. Well, I mean, apart from the view, is amazing.
Yeah.
I've kind of
It's
used to it now
incredible.
after 5 years. I don't pay attention to it. But people do come in and go, wow, and like I said, where have you come from? You've been playing golf? No, someone told us to come here, so we did. Our golfers do support us, but more of our business comes from outside.
Yeah. Okay. I think, and yeah, the view, looking out here. I mean, would you ever get tired of it? I don't think you would
I think that's why we have a lot of events here as well. Apart from the quality, I'd like to say that we give a good service offering with food quality and staffing and attention to service. But the view does play a big part in it as well, because there are lots of places where you could go and hold a wedding in a basement of a hotel that has lots of function rooms, that doesn't have any real windows and no terrace to sit on per se. Whereas here we have all of that.
Yeah.
So, and it's not. You've seen the inside of the restaurant as well. It's a nice. Well, it's an empty box basically, but it's useful in that respect for being able to do pretty much anything we like with it.
And you've got it set up tomorrow for. It's beautiful in there.
Work in
for the
progress.
wedding.
Yeah.
You gotta keep going at it.
Well, the bride and groom are coming in here at 6 o'clock to check it out. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll speed along then. To
No,
let
no,
you
no,
get
no,
back
worries.
to your-
I've only been doing it for a couple of hours, so I'm doing quite well so far.
It does look absolutely beautiful though, in there. So, just wanted to move on to obviously we're a technology company, and just talk
And we
to
use
you.
it very wisely.
I believe you do. Yes. But if there was one bit of tech that you think you'd like to have to run the business, what do you think that would be? What's your main a pain point for you, if you
Well,
like?
the PDA things that we have now has made our lives so much easier than it was previously. With writing things by hand and then putting into a computer afterwards. This has, it may sound a terrible thing to say, but it has basically removed almost one of our staffing, which is actually quite important from a cost point of view, because I've explained earlier about the costs, because we can perform the function better with the technology we have now with one person less, and it doesn't make any difference to us.
So
it really does make a difference.
So you've removed a member of staff who you're
We've
paying.
never removed a member of staff. We've just never employed another one.
You don't need to get another one. Yeah. But wait.
Yeah, no, we didn't get rid of anybody.
Okay.
Don't feel bad.
No, sorry. Yeah. No, but I mean, So, and obviously, as you said at the start, the pressure of having to pay someone's wages, their social security, and all that, and having to hire someone and find the right person. If technology can help you in some way to
Absolutely.
to do that.
I mean, the next route is the robot waiters, but that's a thing in the future, because they can't get over the step out to the terrace. So, no, I think technology has helped immensely. Whether that be the use of PDAs and use EPOS systems and that kind of thing, and also social media and whatever. I think the next steps for us would be, as a desire, whether that will happen is another matter. Would be the ability for people to be able to self-order from their phones.
Okay.
So some kind of app or something, like you have with like these apps like Just Eat and things like that, which when you're in the restaurant with a barcode that you can actually bring up something, you can actually order yourself.
Yeah.
That's not it wouldn't always work in certain situations, but for the most part, it would from the day-to-day things.
There you go, Alex. That's an easy sell. Customer order at table. There you go. Yeah.
Okay.
You got one there, easy. We're going to bring it to a close so you can get back to sort this wedding out for the bride and groom. But I always finish with this question, which is, if there was one restaurant you could go to that you've eaten at and go back again, where would it be and why would you go there? What would the reason
Here
be?
in Spain?
Anywhere.
Oh, well,
Anywhere.
I'd have to use Spain as an example. I've lived here more than I've lived in the UK now. So, El Oceano I've been to a few times. It's a little bit out of my price range. It's beautiful. You know of it, I take it?
We've just been to the radio station
Oh.
there, yeah.
Okay. I thought maybe you'd just been to eat there before you came here.
No.
Right. It's very decadent of you. I love the place. It's very nice. It's something I think a lot of restaurateurs would aspire to be. I'm not knocking what we do in any way, shape or form. You know, everywhere's different. It has a different clientele. It has a different service offering. But it's beautiful. And I would go there again. And I took my mum and dad there once for a fancy lunch. And they were just so absolutely blown away with the place. I think that's to do with setting as well as anything else. Because it's on the beach.
Yeah.
Literally, you have a different vista. So here you've got vistas of the mountain, there you've got vistas of the sea. It depends which is your bag, I guess.
What your feeling is. Yeah.
I've lived on the coast nearly all my life, even when I lived in the UK. So the sea doesn't really is something second-hand to me. I don't pay attention to it very much because I've always lived with it there.
Right.
Mountains not so much because I lived in the UK, it was very flat. So this is kind of like a different thing. But there is this. But there are other places as well. I don't want to single out particularly one place.
No.
But I do like it. I've only been probably 3 times in my life, and I don't have time to go anymore, to be honest.
No.
I'm too busy here. But,
Too busy with weddings.
but no, it's a really nice place.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, we'll let you get on. Thank you ever so much
Thank
for your
you.
time. And yeah, thank you, Jeremy. And we'll call that a day. Thanks very much.
Okay.
Cheers. Thank you.